Hello and welcome back to Electric Football. We haven't changed our clothes from the AFC wildcard round picking. I'm Stu Pace.
I'm Steve Proud.
Here we go.
Hiding my notes there as we speak. Anyway.
Teleprompter in. Teleprompter out.
NFC wildcard round. Got San Francisco at Green Bay. A rematch of week one in which San Francisco won and was Kaepernick's most impressive game of the season. They only went 2-4. San Francisco only went 2-4 against playoff teams, but they did seem to figure things out as the season wore on. They finished on a 6-game win streak, a quiet 6-game win streak, because many of those games were really close. They played a little more conservative, a little more pound gore in there,
right.
A little more rely on our massively awesome defense, Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis.
Let's be who we are.
And it paid off. Green Bay is a very, very tough team to handicap right now. Well, first off, let me take a shot at you cheesehead since I am wearing a Viking jersey. I don't hate the Packers by any means. I hate the Cowboys. I don't really hate the Packers nearly as much. But as of this morning, there was talk about there might be a blackout in some of these games, and Green Bay was one of them.
Wow.
Shame on y'all.
Oh, come on, Packer fans.
Shame on y'all. I'm sure there's only one ticket that needed to be sold.
Yeah, really.
And somebody must have snapped it up. But
what's open in Green Bay on Sunday anyway?
That was surprising. Anyway, Green Bay is very difficult to read right now because you only got that last game with Rodgers back in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, what a big play. Yeah. Win or go home in Chicago. Touchdown, Aaron Rodgers. It was beautiful.
Yeah, Randall Cobb comes back too. I mean, that was the tandem.
Yeah, no, that was very exciting. Shame on Chicago's defense for letting it happen. They showed it a couple times, and the guy jumped, the defensive back jumped at the first down marker like they're never going to try and get further than this. Big freaking mistake. Anyway, very hard to tell what Green Bay is going to be able to do.
Agreed.
Key to it is will Eddie Lacy be able to run? Will Eddie Lacy be healthy and able to run against the San Francisco defense that is very, very stingy? I don't believe he's going to be able to. I think that's going to put it all on Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. San Francisco, with confidence from the Week 1 win, with confidence from almost winning the Super Bowl last year, I believe they're going to go on the road. They're the only road team I'm taking in the wild card round. Give me San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Niners won in Green Bay in Week 1. This ain't Week 1. It's 1 degrees, but it ain't Week 1. Rodgers proved last Sunday that he is the best in the game behind center at the moment, my opinion. Because this was a team that teetered on extinction, waiting for him to come back, and they're a different animal with him. They have a running game. Eddie Lacy becomes a weapon and not someone to key on because they have the best quarterback in the league behind center. I don't expect Kaepernick to throw for 400 yards here in this game. He and Rodgers had huge games in the first meeting. I think it's a different game. I think it's going to be more Gore, more Lacy, and one of the quarterbacks is going to have to win the game here. But defense wins the games in the postseason, and I think San Francisco clearly has the better defense, and they have the advantage there. Green Bay is like a sieve sometimes, so you can't count on them. Rodgers only has to score one more point than you, and home teams prevail in the wild card round. I keep saying that, but the Pack didn't really beat anyone good this year. The wins they had, other than a couple that you mentioned, I'm taking the Niners here, who I think are just a little bit more solid all around.
All right. We were talking about Lacy Gore, which sounds like we're talking about the lingerie bowl instead of the wild card round.
Lacy Gore with the handoff. Oh.
Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, we're going to finish up here.
They're still watching.
Yeah, good point. We're going to finish up with the New Orleans Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't know if you people realize this, but Philly won 7 of their last 8 games. They did only beat 1 out of 4 playoff teams, but the 3 losses they had to playoff teams were early in the season with Michael Vick, controlling the offense. They've been a different team with Nick Foles. Maybe Chip Kelly has figured it out. There's an awful lot to like about what they can do in this game with LaShawn McCoy, who has been fantastic this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one problem Philly might have is their own game planning, which if they try and run a hurry up, they're going to be putting their weaker defense up against Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham and a very, very explosive Saints offense. I would not do that. If I were the Eagles, I would try and ground and pound and slow this game up with LaShawn McCoy, screen passes to him, take the occasional deep shot to Jackson or whatever.
Right.
But I would not put this game on the speed it up. Let's go.
Well, they found out that only worked for 30 minutes.
Exactly. So the Saints were only 3-5 on the road. They lost 3 of their last 5, which is important, including a big game to Carolina, which would have made the difference because put this in New Orleans, and we're talking a completely different game.
Yeah.
Home field advantage is critical. Do the Eagles deserve it? No, they beat the NFC East, and
That's all they had to do was beat 3 crappy teams.
They barely did that. But I think a lot of people that are picking the Saints, I think they're picking on perception and how the teams played early in the season, and that has really changed. So to make my nephew Harrison proud, I am taking the Philadelphia Screaming Green Eagles.
As am I. Nick Foles. Therein lies the key to this entire game. 10 starts, 27 touchdowns, 2 picks. 2. No one is playing better in the quarterback position right now than him, other than maybe Peyton Manning, who plays nobody.
And Aaron Rodgers, who you call.
Well, yeah, but Aaron hasn't been playing for
consistently
7 weeks.
throughout the season.
Yeah, this one's pretty simple for me. Foles hits a few long ones, like you said, to Deshaun Jackson, and I expect McCoy to run all day long. While the Eagles' front 7 makes life miserable for Drew Brees, who's going to keep trying to hop over them to see where his guys are. The Saints are terrible outside. They don't win games outside, and the weather's going to be pretty awful. We're expecting 10 inches of snow. We're trying to shoot this and get the heck out of here. Without a real run game, which the Saints don't really have, Philly can tee off on Brees. I fully expect them to be able to stop whatever run game the Saints might try to muster. I'm surprised the line is only 2.5. I think Philly wins by 14. They give up a lot of yards. Their defense not good, but the Saints are just born to pass indoors. This is outside. I'm taking the, what'd you call them? Screaming Green Eagles?
The Screaming Green Philadelphia Eagles. If anybody wants to take Stu's money and get 14 with the Saints, I would certainly do that.
The line's 2.5.
And I'm ashamed to say that Electric Football agreed on all of the games, and we did pick all the favorites.
And we lost last year in the playoff challenges, so don't listen to us.
Yeah, and you can bring it in the comments if you want to call us, if you want to call us whips for taking the
home teams and San Fran were the favorites.
Yeah, the favorites. But I think we've backed it up with some reasons. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We hope to see you again. There go the teleprompters.
Oh, no, we can't tape it again.
Good night, everybody.